Hello, my dear Gemini. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of February with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. As an extended member to this channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's all signs reading up, development in love for the full members to this channel, and the next step for my spiritual growth are available for all the members to the channel. Subscribe and then check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I can recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for January to get a context, and this is the prediction for February. And I will start reading your cards using the Illuminati Tarot. Okay. When I open your deck here, I see Justice together with Prince of Cups. So this seems like someone has seen maybe the error of their ways, or how things can be made harmonious in a situation where previously they might have been very irritated. But now they are seeing that, oh no, it wasn't just this other person's fault, or I also did this, or I could have done better with this other thing. So it's a very forgiving, gentle, pretty mature energy. I'm saying pretty because it's just the Knight of Cups, not a king or a queen. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And we have the Star card here. So it feels like both people in this situation would want to heal the situation, but we can see that they have their back turned towards each other. So they might thinking this in their separate ways, but not being able to communicate this. Okay. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. So we can see that there's very passionate dreams of being together, of having a beautiful and fulfilled future, of loving the other person and thinking good thoughts about them. So this can either be you or the other person. It feels, for me, it feels like it's the other person that is romanticizing about you, but it can be different in different situations. And 6 elements, and we have the 3 of Pentacles with the Prince of Cups. So while this person might be very enthusiastic, and maybe you, if you are representing the Star card and this 3 of Pentacles, you also want healing in this situation, but you actually have terms, this list of things that you would want to be fulfilled, and it's not impossible demands. It's just how much can a person learn, or how much can a person change, how much can you change or learn. So there's limitations. We can ask for things, but it can be very hard for other people to fulfill these expectations. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have them. Some expectations might be unnecessary to have, and we might want to work with them and to not have them anymore, either if they are too controlling or asking too much of another person, or reaching for the impossible. But other things is just our self-respect, and we don't want to go without that. We know what we need and want to feel happy, and sometimes it's not as simple as that. We can be happy if the other person, for example, always stay by our side, but that makes them to more our prisoner than our partner or friend or loved one. So yes, it would make us happy, but it's not dealing with the underlying issue, which might be our fear to share someone with the world, or being left to tend for ourselves, or whatever it can be. So sometimes we need to look at our expectations and see if they are rational. Okay. So, tuning in here for a few seconds to you, the person most on your mind, and your relationship in February. So, this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's the King of Wands. So, this feels like the other person, that they also can look at you and see that maybe some of your expectations are too much, or maybe you are a little bit overbearing at times with certain things. And all bottom of the deck is the 8 of Wands. So it's very strong force that seems to draw the two of you together. That there's like a divine force that like a wind that's bringing you together like this. And it can be passion for each other or longing, but it usually goes back to like our spiritual mission, that we are supposed to learn something from each other, and therefore we become passionate with a person, or we long for them, or we can't move on from them, or we don't want to lose them, things like this. It's because we have things to learn from the connection, also because it makes us happy if that's the case. Okay. And this is the situation, and we see the 2 of Wands. So there seems to be a little bit rift between the two of you. The backs turned towards each other, and this 2 of Wands, we can see the person holding their nose in the air. So certain demands, like if you don't do this, sadly I can't, you know, agree with you or go with you. And this is what's on your mind, and we have the Lovers there. And what's on their mind is the Devil. It can look threatening, but the Devil is 15. 1 plus 5, 6. So we basically have 6, 6 here. I'm understanding more maybe your expectations, that the Devil, it shows often a person that has a hard time maybe following the rules. There can be an element of self-sabotage, or you know, if they believe they can't be loved, they need to do things to prove that they aren't lovable. And it's often subconscious actions and reactions when it comes to the Devil. But the Lovers is also complicated, because it's this belief that if just the other person would change, I will be so happy. If just the other person provides, or they do this or they do that, I will be happy. So it seems like we are in this situation where one person might be a little bit self-destructive because of a lack of self-love, and the other person also has a lack of self-love that expresses itself in asking other people to love them. But if we can love ourselves 24/7, we can become much more calm and at ease and at peace, and we don't ask the impossible from other people. So the bond between the two of you is the 10 of Pentacles. So it's really familiar energy between the two of you. Like it's very comfortable to be together. You know each other's habits. You know where the other person's history and their quirks. It's like being family. And this is your feelings. And we have the 5 of Wands, so a conflict. And their feelings is they would want to solve it. But again, here we see this person's back turned towards the situation. Here there's a lot of backs turned towards the situation. Both of you seem to value the relationship as a family relationship, or a committed long-term relationship, long-term friendship. But you are upset with them because you think that they should be different. They shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that, they shouldn't behave like this or be like that. So, but you probably need to learn to love the other person for who they are. And but you are just mirroring their own lack of self-love. Since they can't love themselves, they will be faced with someone that can't love them for who they are too. But the 6 of Swords is connected to the Lover's card. It's a 6, and it shows that this person would want to solve the situation, but they might not have any action-filled ideas of how to do this. It seems more like a private thinking, since they are not engaged in the situation. They're disengaging by, you know, being in their chamber, thinking about how things could be done so much better, but also maybe not reaching out and telling you this, possibly because they think that you wouldn't be receptive or open to it. And this is your behaviors and attitude. We have the 6 of Wands, so you feel very confident that you are right and they are wrong. And it's easy because the game is rigged, since this person are doing things wrong to prove that they are not lovable. So it's easy then for you to step in and be the one doing everything right. But we also have the element of you having impossible demands. So we have 6, 6, 6, 6 here. So it shows this with how hard it is to be in a relationship, and also to know what is my projections on the other person, and my impossible demands, or where am I self-sabotaging or being triggered or over-dramatic, which seems to be what this person is doing. Maybe you're a little bit over-dramatic too. But the 6 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, it shows that you clearly think that you are right and they are wrong. And this is their behaviors and attitudes, and it's death. And it's a sadness to this for them, because, you know, they don't want anything else but to be loved. But they're also making it a little bit impossible to love them, since they are doing a lot of shitty things just to prove that they are not lovable. And here they are sadly kind of walking away from you, knowing that they can't be loved because they, you know, they have burned the bridges between the two of you. They did something that's unforgivable, or you will never change, or you will never love them in the way that they need to be loved, or you will never understand them. So they have a lot of reasons to why things doesn't work, but they're not, you know, dealing with the real reason of their self-sabotage. It's easy for them to say, oh, it's the same old, look here, everyone hates me, everyone thinks that I'm doing everything wrong, I can't seem to fit in. But subconsciously, they're actively putting themselves in those situations and making themselves a little bit impossible. There is, of course, they are worthy of love and to be loved for who they are, but they could also help a little bit by being less in this energy of self-hatred and self-destructiveness, and also not blame it on other people, because it's something that they create. And the outcome here is the Magician, the Alchemist. So this shows that there's things that could be done in this relationship to solve this, but you seem to be a little bit on your high horses, thinking that you are right, they are wrong, so they need to change, so you don't have to do any real work. And for what I see, you are the only one capable of doing any real work, because this person is so low on energy with this self-hatred. Okay. Indecision. So it's like you're standing in a place where it's the, you know, rise or fall of this relationship. Either it can be healed, or you will walk away from each other. It's you know, a very destined moment, we can say, if you choose to not engage or do things to heal the situation. The rift will probably increase between the two of you. Anxiety. Yeah, I'm feeling like this person won't do anything about it. If you feel like there's still hope for the relationship or things that could change, you need to take responsibility as the probably more healthy person in the equation. You know, temper a little bit your need to be right and to say that the other person is wrong, and try to humble yourself a little bit, even though you feel instinctively and intensely that you are right and they are wrong. You are probably true. It's probably true to a great degree, since this person is self-destructive. But if this were a child, the only way forward is to love them unconditionally. And, you know, love them if they do this, love them if they do that. Give them more attention when they do good things and less attention when they do bad things. You know, kind of ignore them for a day or two. If they are doing something, say, oh, I'm so busy with doing this, I will call you later. And when they are, you know, doing things that feels like it's helpful for the relationship or the situation, then you give them a lot of attention, a lot of praise, a lot of, you know, pats in the back, and so that the person would gradually, eventually relearn and see that they're getting more good things for themselves when they do good things for others, and that they will be ignored, or no one will pay attention to the dramatic child when they are creating drama. So I think it could work on a more grown-up person as well. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I would urge you to watch the love reading for January to learn more about this situation or relationship. And please share my videos to let more people know about them. Also like the video to show YouTube that you want to continue seeing readings from me in your feed. And of course subscribe and hit the notification bell to be sure that you get noticed when I'm posting a new video. Thank you in advance also for watching this far. Take really good care until next time. Stay awake, stay healthy, stay blessed, and bye for now.